This is my gigantic gecko, and recently he outgrew his tiny cage, which is why over the course of this video, I'm going to build him his very own ecosystem, complete with literally everything he'll ever need.
However, before we can do any of that,
we had to get some supplies from my local pet store, Creature Comforts.
And we made it to Creature Comforts. Alright, so there's a ton of wood here, so we're gonna go with some like cork like this so that you can like climb on them and stuff. Then we're also gonna grab, oops. We're also gonna grab this cork right here. Before we leave, we also gotta buy some mice for our baby snake. We'll get this right here and we're gonna feed him later tonight. Yo, look at all these cool pets, bro. Yo, these fish are fire, bro. I know it's not gonna hit that, but 500 likes, we're gonna make a fish tank and another video, like an upcoming video. Mark my words, 500 likes and we'll do it. All right, guys, we got everything. Now we're gonna go home and set it all up. Peace. All right, guys, so everything from Josh's Frogs came in, as you can see, as well as all the stuff that we got from Creature Comforts. All right, so the first thing that we're gonna be adding is some Josh's Frogs bioactive bedding.
This bedding will only act as a substrate, but it will also act as a drainage layer. And just like that, the substrate is complete. Which means we now have to add something essential to all ecosystems: leaves. And now it's time to add our first life form to the enclosure: plants. Not only are these plants stunning, they also provide every single living organism in the entire ecosystem with oxygen. And after spending about 45 minutes losing oxygen and putting them into the substrate, the tank was completely transformed. And now for the last part of the build, adding the structure, as well as an established cleanup crew that consists of Isopods and Springtails, which later in the video will be put to the test as a key part in this ecosystem thriving. Now that the tank is officially done, we can finally add our gigantic Chahoua Gecko to the tank. And now for the moment that we've all been waiting for, adding our gigantic gecko to his brand new ecosystem. Wait. Before we can do that, we have to feed our snakes. This mouse will be perfect. And after thawing it out for a little bit, I realized you weren't even subscribed. Seriously, if you've made it this far into the video, it probably means you're enjoying it. And because I will be posting loads more videos exactly like this one in the future, you aren't gonna want to miss it. No way! That's Cornelius Coverson taking out another meal. That's so sick, bro. Let's get an instant replay of that. And now for the moment that we've all been waiting for, adding our gigantic gecko to his brand new ecosystem. For real this time. There he is. All of the work that we've done all comes down to this moment. Yo, I can't believe this, bro. This is actually insane. No way we're actually putting the gecko in the tank. He's in. The ecosystem came out so well. But we still haven't tested its functionality. You may think this video is over, but in reality, there are still 3 goals we need to complete, or else our ecosystem is useless. These 3 tasks include getting our Chahoua Gecko on food, the Isopods and Springtails eating, and even make sure our gecko, who doesn't have a name yet by the way, leave his hides and explore to confirm that he's not scared. Which now leads us to our first task, offering carrots to the Springtails and Isopods. I'll put the carrots there in a hope that the cleaning crew finds them. Now let's start this time lapse. Let's just say absolutely nothing happened. Although, I'm not gonna lie, it was only like a 12-minute recording. So I'm not sure if anything even noticed that the carrots were in there, other than this random cricket, which wasn't supposed to be introduced till later in the video. Anyways, I'm sure that the cleanup crew is doing just fine, which means that our first task is officially complete. And it is now time to start task 2, which is introducing our gecko to something that he can hunt, and we'll also verify that he'll eat. Yes, this task is to see if our gecko will eat, you guessed it, crickets in his brand new ecosystem. Unfortunately, this means I have to travel all the way back to the pet store to purchase some crickets. So now, finally, after gut loading them and putting them into this glass jar, they are ready to be hunted. And what you are about to witness is the craziest thing throughout this entire video, so do not go anywhere. Anyways, it's officially time to add the crickets and see if we can accomplish this new task. After dumping out the crickets, I wondered if anything was gonna happen until our gigantic gecko had emerged, and I could tell he was hungry, which is why I wasn't surprised when he did this. Now, you might not be able to see it too well, but he caught one in his mouth, yet he still continued to hunt. He was now surrounded by crickets. Just when I wondered if he was gonna eat any more, boom, he had done it again. Which now meant we had completed task 2 and 3. Meaning we have finally completed our goal of the video of making a functional ecosystem for our gigantic gecko. And that's something worth celebrating.
Peace.